People in America will work for years and never see six figures sitting in their own account at one time. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack talent. In the United States, the median household income is around $70,000 $75,000 depending on the year. After taxes, housing, food, transportation, and health costs, many families feel stuck. So how does someone realistically move from zero savings to $100,000? The answer begins with understanding that $100,000 is not built in one jump. It is built in layers. The first layer is control. Before growth comes control. A person earning $50,000 who controls spending can move faster than someone earning $90,000 with no structure. In cities like Dallas, Phoenix, or Tampa, many working families spend 60 to 70% of income on housing and transportation combined. That leaves very little room to build reserves. The first move is not investing. The first move is clarity. Clarity means knowing exactly where every dollar goes for 90 days. Not guessing, not estimating, tracking. When people track spending honestly, they usually discover $300, $800 per month leaking through small lifestyle upgrades, subscriptions, dining out, impulse online purchases, convenience costs. That number matters. Because $500 per month equals $6,000 per year. In 5 years, that is $30,000 without any growth added. This is where most people feel uncomfortable. The emotional reaction is strong. It feels restrictive. Yet the goal is freedom later. Short-term discipline builds long-term options. Once control is built, the second layer begins. Stability. Stability means building a strong cash reserve. In America, unexpected expenses are common. Car repairs, medical bills, job transitions. Without reserves, progress resets to zero repeatedly. A realistic starting target is 3 months of essential expenses. For a household spending $3,000 per month on essentials, that means $9,000. That number creates breathing room. Why does this matter for reaching $100,000? Because stability protects momentum. Without protection, growth collapses during the first emergency. Now comes the third layer, income expansion. Many Americans focus only on cutting expenses. Cutting has limits. Income expansion has fewer limits. According to U.S. labor data, job switching every 2 to 3 years often increases earnings more than staying long-term in one role. Skills and healthcare support, skilled trades, technology support roles, logistics management, and data operations continue to grow across states like Texas, Florida, and North Carolina. Increasing income by $10,000 per year changes the timeline dramatically. That extra income, when directed intentionally, accelerates the journey. A household that increases income and keeps lifestyle steady creates surplus. Surplus builds wealth. At this point, many people ask a quiet question. How long does it really take to reach $100,000? Here is a realistic example. A household earning $65,000 increases income to $80,000 within 2 years through skill upgrades and strategic job moves. After taxes and essential costs, they create a consistent $1,500 monthly surplus. That equals $18,000 per year. In 5 years, that is $90,000 in contributions alone. With disciplined allocation into productive assets, the total can cross $100,000 within that window. The number stops looking impossible. This is where the fourth layer enters, ownership. In the United States, long-term wealth growth historically comes from owning productive assets. Broad stock market ownership over decades has rewarded disciplined participants. Many working Americans build ownership through employer retirement plans and independent investment accounts that hold diversified U.S. companies. The focus is long-term participation in the productivity of the economy. Ownership requires patience. It requires consistency. It requires ignoring noise. Daily headlines create emotional reactions. Long-term builders focus on decades, not weeks. Another path to ownership is business equity. Small businesses across America generate income beyond salaries. Service businesses, local logistics operations, digital services, skilled trades, and e-commerce operations create scalable income when managed carefully. The Small Business Administration reports millions of small businesses operating successfully across the country. Many begin as side income before becoming primary income. The journey from $0 to $100,000 is rarely dramatic. It is structured. Control spending, build stability, expand income, direct surplus into ownership, repeat consistently. There is also a mindset shift that few people discuss openly. $100,000 is not only a financial number, it is psychological proof. When someone sees 6 figures built from discipline, confidence changes. Decisions improve. Risk management becomes smarter. Long-term thinking strengthens. Another quiet truth: location matters. Living in extremely high-cost areas stretches timelines. Some families relocate from cities like San Francisco or New York to more affordable states such as Tennessee or Arizona to improve savings rates. Lower housing costs alone can free thousands per year. The final piece is patience. Many Americans underestimate how powerful 5 focused years can be. 5 intentional years can reshape an entire financial future. The honest truth is simple. $0 to $100,000 is not magic. It is structured effort applied consistently inside the American system. When the structure is correct, the number becomes reachable. The next question becomes more important. What happens after you cross $100,000, and how do you avoid losing it? Crossing the $100,000 mark changes everything. The constant worry about small emergencies starts to fade, and your confidence gets a real boost. But here's a surprising fact. Many Americans who hit this milestone actually find themselves falling backward within just a few years. Why does this happen? Well, getting to $100,000 takes discipline. But keeping it and making it grow? That requires strategy. The first principle once you've crossed that line is protecting your capital. Your money can't just sit in a savings account long term. Inflation will slowly eat away at its value. To fight this, look at diversified participation in the stock market. Think broad index funds that spread your investment across many companies instead of betting on just one. This approach, historically, has provided growth that outpaces inflation. You'll want a balanced structure. Some liquid cash for emergencies and short-term needs, and the rest in long-term growth assets. This is also where compounding starts to feel real. A $100,000 portfolio can generate thousands each year on its own. And when you add your own contributions, the growth curve gets much steeper over time. The second principle is diversifying your income. Relying on a single paycheck is risky. Industries change and jobs can disappear. Building a second income stream creates a safety net. This could be anything from owning a rental property in a stable market to offering consulting services based on your professional skills. The gig economy is huge, and turning your knowledge into a project-based contract or an online course can add a meaningful layer to your income. The third principle is tax efficiency. The U.S. tax system can have a massive impact on your long-term growth. Using retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA, and understanding things like employer matches and capital gains is crucial. Ignoring taxes is like leaving money on the table. Finally, none of this works without behavioral discipline. When your assets grow, the temptation to upgrade your lifestyle grows with it. A bigger house, a fancier car. If your spending increases at the same rate as your income, your net worth stays flat. You have to keep that gap between what you earn and what you spend. You also need emotional control. Markets will go up and down. Panicking and selling during a downturn is how people lock in permanent losses. Those who stay disciplined and keep a long-term perspective are the ones who not only recover, but often come out ahead. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more content on building lasting wealth. Now consider scaling from $100,000 to $250,000. With $100,000 invested and $20,000 added annually, long-term growth can accelerate meaningfully. Over 10 years, disciplined contributions combined with market participation can more than double assets. The exact timeline depends on consistency, allocation, and economic conditions. The pattern remains consistent. Contributions plus compounding equals acceleration. Another often overlooked factor is geographic arbitrage. Remote work expanded significantly in recent years. Professionals earning salaries based on high-cost metro areas sometimes relocate to lower-cost states. Maintaining income while reducing living costs dramatically increases savings rate. A family saving 15% of income can move towards saving 35% after relocation. That difference compresses timelines sharply. Healthcare planning also plays a role in long-term stability. Unexpected medical expenses remain one of the largest financial risks in America. Structured planning and proper coverage choices within legal frameworks protect assets from sudden depletion. Estate planning is another layer many delay. Simple wills, beneficiary designations, and basic trusts ensure assets transfer smoothly. Without planning, legal complications can erode value and create stress for families. Let's examine a realistic long-term projection. A 30-year-old professional reaches $100,000 in total investments. They continue contributing $18,000 annually. Assuming disciplined long-term market participation aligned with historical broad averages, by age 45 the portfolio can potentially reach several $100,000. By age 55 the compounding effect becomes even more visible. The timeline rewards consistency far more than intensity. Another truth. Networking influences wealth building more than most realize. Many business opportunities, partnerships, and career advancements emerge through relationships. Professional communities, industry groups, and local business associations provide exposure to higher value opportunities. Wealth building is rarely isolated. There is also skill compounding. Learning financial literacy, negotiation, communication, and business management increases earning capacity over time. Increased earning capacity increases surplus. Surplus accelerates asset growth. This feedback loop strengthens across decades. A hidden advantage of crossing $100,000 is optionality. Optionality means choices. The ability to leave a toxic job. The ability to relocate. The ability to invest in a promising business opportunity. The ability to take calculated career risks. 6 figures create flexibility that zero never could. The honest truth about the $0 to $100K journey is that it transforms identity. A person who builds 6 figures understands structure, discipline, and delayed gratification. Those traits extend beyond money. They influence health, career growth, and leadership. The American system rewards ownership, productivity, and patience. It punishes impulsiveness and emotional decisions. Those who study the system, participate consistently, and maintain discipline often progress steadily over decades. The path does not require extreme income. It requires structured allocation, continuous skill growth, intelligent ownership, and behavioral stability. From $0 to $100,000 is about foundation. From $100,000 upward is about momentum. Wealth building in America remains possible for disciplined households willing to operate strategically inside the system. The process is slower than social media suggests. It is steadier than headlines imply. It is more achievable than many believe. The honest truth is this: the journey changes when you decide to build it intentionally, and once you understand the structure, the number stops controlling you.